Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bup-bup. Hello, my name is Me Briss, and welcome to what is my first real vlog. At the moment, I'm going through a bit of a transitional period, and while I don't have a huge audience, I do have an audience, and as a video creator, I feel like it's the right thing for me to do to talk to that audience and explain how certain things about what I'm doing and what I've done are about to change. So 2 weeks ago, I worked a week-long job on a commercial. That was something that was expected. I knew I wasn't really gonna be able to put out content. I tried to put out a video that week. However, due to the hours I was working and the intensity of the work, by the time I got home, my brain was either mushy and I couldn't think of an idea, or I was just too tired to film anything. So, unfortunately, a video would never happen that week. What happened the week after, though, is a little bit more interesting because recently I've gone hooked up with a guy who's been kind of in and out of the industry, and this individual wants to start something new that centers around making YouTube videos. Now, on paper, that sounds really awesome. You know, I'm a YouTuber. Now someone wants to hire me to make YouTube videos. However, the type of videos I'm going to be making are different than the videos I make right now. They're gonna be much more produced, much more centric around clients and branded content, and much more for profit in a way. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm more just pointing out that these videos are gonna be very different from what I typically do, as well as there's a lot more effort and work that's gonna have to go into these kinds of videos. But unfortunately, besides that, I can't really talk about it, and that's for two main reasons. Number one, because we want to keep some of these projects a secret until they're ready to launch. And number two, because in all honesty, I haven't started yet. I have a general idea of what I'm going to be doing, and I have some information coming in day by day, but I really am not entirely sure how this entire project is going to work, how this entire series is going to work. It's a bit of a risk right now, but you know, there is that potential to get a decent amount of reward out of it. So it's a challenge that I am going to try out for the next little bit and just see how it goes. Now, what that means for my channel is that my spare time is about to get eaten up by these projects. So while I used to be able in the past to produce 2 or 3 videos a week, that number, for the foreseeable future at least, is going to slump a little bit. Now, don't go anywhere. I swear to you, I'm going to put lots of effort and lots of work into these videos on this channel. They're just going to come out a little less often. And I just want to inform you of that. Another thing I briefly wanted to chat about was recently this Matti guy, this guy that I applied for and created a video for, recently chose his 5, actually 6, editor candidates. And unfortunately, I was not one of those candidates. It was a long shot when I applied for it. I applied with no footage and just basically a resume and him having to take my word on, so I'm not too upset that it didn't work out. And also, no disrespect to Matti, he's still a great creator, you should totally still check him out. But I just wanted to thank everyone who supported me on that endeavor, everyone that shared the video, everyone that gave me positive comments. I read them all, and I really do appreciate, you know, you guys doing that for me. I'm at a bit of a loss for words right now, but I just wanted to say that it means a lot, and it means a lot to know that in the few months I've been doing this, that I have garnered friendships and support online, and it's a very cool experience in a way. And yeah, I'm not really sure how to end this segment, so let's just segue to the last thing I want to talk about. Wow, this transition though. The last thing I want to chat about, I gotta put this up. The last thing I want to chat about is something that's been on my mind for a little bit, and I just wanted to rant about it briefly. So as many of you can assume, I have this PaperFree Chris social media, but I also have personal social media. I have personal social media with people I've met in real life and school and friends and whatnot. And in these social media groups, I'm around a lot of people who are in a very similar situation to me. You know, people that don't really know what they want to do, or don't really know what they're capable of doing, or feel a little lost in life, if you know what I mean. I'm someone that's fresh out of school, and many of the people, again, on my personal social medias are also fresh out of school. You know, they come into the world, and in school, you know, there's it's always very planned, you know, there's a syllabus, you know exactly what's gonna happen, what's due when, what happens when. And then when you get into the real world, of course, as I'm sure as many people are aware when they're watching this, there is no syllabus. You know, there is no structure. It's just, all right, do something, you know? And I think a lot of people like me and, you know, people of my generation, my age, are feeling very lost and a little scared. And what the meat of this discussion really is failure. You know, when you're in school, failure does happen, but if failure happens, it's really not a big deal. Failure in the working world and failure in real life seems a little bit more intimidating because you're not really used to it. And failure doesn't have to be a catastrophic failure. Failure can mean not getting a job, or being excluded from something, or having an idea that you're very passionate about that doesn't quite work out. I think a lot of people are very scared of this idea of failure because recently, and again, not really on this social media, but on my personal social medias, I'm seeing a lot of people become very angry and confrontational and very whiny about it in a way. You know, this idea that for the time being, if something's not working out, it's society's problem, or it's their fault, or anything like that. And it's kind of rubbing me the wrong way because I am someone that has personally gone through failure. You might not believe this. I've failed a few things. Hell, this channel that you're watching this video on right now was a result of failure. Last winter, around December, I applied to, I think, 7 different jobs. I didn't get any of them. And a lot of people have this attitude, you know, after the first couple failures of, you know, when one door closes, another door opens. And, you know, that's kind of what this channel is again. Like, you know, I had spare time. I want to practice my editing. I want to practice my camera skills. I want to practice being in front of a camera and being able to talk with people and being able to interact with people and learning how to use social media because I'm really bad at social media. So I had time and I dedicated a lot of time to learning these things. What I'm trying to say here is that failure for a lot of people can be very heartbreaking. You know, it can cause people to lash out and become angry and become belligerent because no one likes failing. You know, no one likes to want something and have it slip through your fingers when you thought you had a tight grasp on it. My way of dealing with failure was to almost push it under the rug. You know, I created comedy videos and I buried my fears and my problems behind a facade in a way, instead of analyzing the situation and, you know, figuring out what went wrong and how I can fix these issues. From your failures, learn from them, figure out what went wrong, and move past it. You know, a bigger person, a stronger person. If you have no failing, if you don't fail in life, you know, did you really work for the achievements you garnered? Did you really deserve where you ended up? So anyways, that's my video and rant. Thank you for watching if you made it to now. And I'll see you next time.